The purpose of this video is to make notice to the town of Buckeye, all the agencies in the town of Buckeye. First of all, maybe I can get somebody in the town of Buckeye or the HOA to define what we're looking at. Let's define what we're looking at. That's at the end of a walking easement, an access easement, a drainage easement. This is how the drainage works. We have a threshold. I'm going to show you how deep this is. How deep that is. See that stick? Somebody break their neck. Here. This is a walking easement. It's not lit at night. See how deep it is? I'll pull it out. That's how deep. It's almost 2 feet deep. And every time it rains, it gets worse. Now, the lowest part of this drainage easement is right where I'm standing, right here. This is the lowest part of the drainage easement. It's supposed to continue like this, falling and onto the golf course. But from here to the end where you see the water break out, where that hole is, it's all uphill. It's uphill about a foot or more. They've created, what we have here is a retention basin. It's supposed to be a walking easement, but it's a retention basin. I got arrested for walking here. In fact, well, I got arrested for missing a court date that I was never served on. But they used this incident, they used that arrest to stop me from walking here. Nobody walked here before me for like 8 years. I'm the one that started it. Now, this tree right here is way out of compliance. The only reason that tree is allowed to grow so high is because it shelters their windows. Up there, right in line with that telephone pole, is the tee box for the 5th tee. Balls, it rains golf balls on this street. It rains golf balls here. That's why they have this big ugly tree here to protect those windows. Now, take a good look at this. This is the only one in all of Sundance. It was installed a week after I called the police on Dan Veskerna for putting rods. I'm going to walk out to the point where Dan Veskerna took 2 pieces of rusted rebar rod and drove them into the ground right here. Drove them into the ground so nobody could drive their golf cart through here before the sign went up. Okay? If you look, this is supposed to be a spillway where water spills into a trench and the trench carries water onto the golf course. Everything is uphill. That threshold I was just standing at is higher than the sidewalk. The water can't get out. It can only get out after 3 days of rain. When this whole area gets so soaked with water that it can't hold anymore, that's when the water starts to break out. That crevice you see out there was carved on the 3rd day of rain. The 3rd day of rain, the first 2, there was no water got out of the corner. No water got out of the corner. On the 3rd day, because it was so saturated, it broke out.